All right, we got Jake with the Lugia versus Paul. With it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and take a guess that Paul is playing. It is Lost Box. I'm gonna guess it's Rayquaza, Raikou Lost Box, and Jake is playing Kyogre. Okay, that's new. Kyogre, amazing rare Kyogre Lugia. So if Paul does not get out that Manaphy, Paul is gonna be in trouble. I maybe would have liked to have seen Jake use Primate Wisdom before the capture energy here. You appreciate the prime sub there, Gilbeer. Move to the rat pack. We're all out of sinks, but we got plenty of mold. Yeah, maybe would like to have seen the primate wisdom before the capture here. I don't know what the hand fully is for Jake though, so we'll see. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be lost right here from Paul. We don't see anything in the prize cards, and for both players' prize cards, nothing super relevant, I don't think, on either side. There's a Kohler's prize for Paul and a Lost Gate, but I don't think it matters too much. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it really matters too much. So Jake gets the Lugia. See if they can get any Archeops in the discard pile. Looks like no. Here comes the Primate Wisdom now. Like I said, I think I would have liked to see this before the capture energy, because now if Jake doesn't find a way to shuffle the top deck, you're just going to top deck the card you just put on top of the deck, which I don't think you want to top deck. I don't think that card was very good that Jake put on top of the deck, so... All right, Colress to start off with from Paul. Can't complain about that, but oh, not a great set of cards to choose from. So not Raikou. It does look like it is Rayquaza. Sheesh. This is wow, this is actually pretty rough. Nothing really good in the hand. Yeah, gotta get a real water and a fighting off the rip. Not great to start here for Paul, but gotta do what you gotta do. And here comes a Comfy for a couple. There's a Battle VIP pass at the expense of a Quick Ball. Sounds good to me. One energy in the hand, so can still use Greninja and go get another Comfy as well. And then try and string together a punch with... Is that a Parasol? What? That's some mirror match tech right there. That's a Parasol in Lost Box. All right. Not going to say I'm a huge... I definitely don't think I'm a huge fan of that, but interesting choice. All right. Gets a Comfy. Gets the Greninja. Like I said, that's probably what they're going to go for. And then, yeah, needs to put down this Manaphy. They have the Manaphy in hand. I doubt they know about the Amazing Rare Kyogre of Jake. I doubt they know about the Amazing Rare Kyogre, but Raikou's a pretty safe bet in most situations. Here comes the Greninja to draw 2. Net, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, Paul is cruising here now. See the net on the Comfy. Send up a Comfy again. We're close to that punch. Ooh. Now the question is, what do you keep? This is tough. How bad do you want to attack with Cram this turn? I think that's the only out to attack with Cram this turn would be... Oh, maybe has another switch card in hand? No, I don't think they... Oh, wait, that is a net, right? That is a net. Okay. Not done yet. Can get the Cram hit. The Cram hit is still good here. Getting the 110 on the Guru, especially if you play the Zigzagoon, that becomes a prize card later. Or if like Jake needs to put down Manaphy to play around. If Jake needs to put down Manaphy, Stoutland's already coming in hot here for Jake. If Jake needs to play down Manaphy to play around like a Raikou, then all of a sudden you can like KO Manaphy plus KO Guru, or KO Raikou plus KO Guru with like a Sableye or something. So you can still get like a double prize turn. So not the best of turn ones from Paul, but wasn't bad. Still got the Cram hit off, got the whole setup, got the whole squad set up. On Jake's side, though, 0 Archeops in the discard pile, 0 Archeops in the hand, no energy for turn. This is like a really bad draw here from Jake. Thinking about what to Primate Wisdom now. Gets rid of the Yveltal, draws into a Quick Ball, not going to do anything, and Luminion's going to have to come down next turn as well, so... oh, I can even go ahead and go this turn and grab an Archeops right now. I don't hate that, actually. I just shuffle up the top deck, like I said before. Like, if you don't shuffle the top deck, you're drawing into that card again, so... and there's a pass. All right, over to Paul. Could just hit with Cram again. That would be fine. Like, you're going to be up now. You'd prefer to hit something else, though. So I'd like to see Paul start with Greninja here. There we go. Nice save from Paul. Almost played the switch card first, but yeah, just start with the Greninja, see what we draw, and then decide from there. Ooh, Escape Rope is super nice here. Yeah, you don't really want to hit the Guru again. Escape Rope is sick. It's exactly what you want here from Paul. No, goes with the Stoutland. I do not like the Stoutland setup. I think I like the Lugia setup a little bit more. I guess one thing Jake is scared of here is actually getting KO'd, which is fair, to be honest. I guess you don't really want to get KO'd here. We go net to Comfy. Needs to remove the ability thing off the bench, Comfy. Boss versus Air Balloon. Interesting choice. You're going to get rid of the Air Balloon. I kind of like the Air Balloon there, to be honest. I kind of like the Air Balloon. Another Comfy coming down, but the bench, the Comfy with the Comfy with the thing on it isn't used, right? I think Paul is psyching themselves out here because it has the green thing on it. Graham's gonna end the active here. Because Paul definitely didn't need to show them that they had another Comfy in him. It's not a huge deal, but it is like something. I also don't know if I like the boss over the Air Balloon there either, to be honest. I think Paul is so far ahead here that I think I think Paul gets so far ahead here with the second attack that I think Paul should carded it and not netted. Oh, am I trolling? Did it get carded? I might be trolling here. I think Paul gets so far ahead here with this attack that Paul should value the extra dig that the Air Balloon would give you from this point on versus the option of the boss. I think it's actually a misplay that was a pretty big misplay from Paul to actually take the boss over the Air Balloon. I think the Air Balloon gives you a ton of value moving forwards, in ways that that's going to more likely win you the game than the boss's orders. Because this board state, Paul is super far ahead right now. Paul is like super far ahead at this point. It's insane. All right. Finally see an Archeops at the discard pile here for Jake. Still a ways away from actually setting everything up, though. Still a ways away from setting everything up, but they're working on it. Jake's working on it. Another Lugia to the hand. Here we go with Luminian. Probably going to go ahead and grab a Research here. I don't know if you can really afford to go with a Marnie. Although I don't know if you want a Marnie Paul anyway. Paul has like a 4-card hand or something. But not retreating Comfy with an energy that turn, that also means you get to keep the energy in hand for next turn to use with Greninja. Yeah, there's like a lot of reasons to take the Air Balloon over the boss there for sure, I think. I said, not a fan of the choice there from Paul, but we'll see how it plays out overall. All right. Quick ball for Jake. I don't know if I see a Lugia VSTAR in that hand there, though, for Jake. So there might not be one. No Lugia VSTAR is no good here. Eyeing up the Luminian as well. So Jake just might not have a draw supporter either. Jake is just not drawing very well, to be honest. There's the Wash Energy to Manaphy and the pass. All right, this is terrible for Jake. Jake is in an awful spot. This is awful. Whereas Paul's in a pretty good spot. We even see a quick ball coming down here off the rip from Paul. So Paul might be looking to do a little bit bigger of a play than just KO the active. Let's see what Paul plays. I see Rayquaza. I see Snorlax. Lines up the Ray. I'm not sure what else there's. Rayquaza, there's Snorlax. I assume there's Raikou, but maybe not. No, actually, probably no Raikou, actually. No, they play the water energy, so there's definitely no Raikou. Take that back. Definitely no Raikou. Here we go. Greninja use now for 2. Nothing super good. You see the Ray get benched with an energy, which is probably what we will see. And then Cram knockout on. That's a good knockout. That's a really good knockout. It's a VIP pass, which is going to be useless, of course, but also gets the escape rope, which is nice. And Paul is in full control. I actually think Jake should probably concede here Unless Jake sees some really cheesy way to make a comeback, I think Jake should probably just concede. I don't know. Like, if you get the knockout here, yeah, I guess if you Marnie here, maybe you should hold out for one more Marnie. Yeah, going for the Marnie. Okay, maybe I take that back, actually. Go for the Marnie. Ideally, hopefully Jake draws into a... Yeah, hopefully Jake draws into the Lugia VSTAR here. And then you can Lugia VSTAR, get the Archeop set up. Luminium back to the deck. Yeah, you could hold out for a turn here, maybe as Jake. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably fine. Has the Ultra Ball. Okay, has it going finally. Ultra Ball here. Gets the Lugia VSTAR. Definitely should get rid of the Quick Ball probably with the Ultra Ball. You could keep the Quick Ball here, to be honest. You could keep the Quick Ball here as Jake, because that becomes an out for a Luminium for a supporter next turn. Charizard's usually not too good against Lost Box decks, so you could get rid of the Charizard, to be honest, instead. I wouldn't have hated to see that from Jake. I wouldn't... Yeah, that could have been fine. Yeah, I think getting rid of Charizard and keeping the Quick Ball actually makes a little bit more sense, because you don't have any draw supporter in hand as Jake, so that way it could... I mean, it could go get you a draw supporter. That'd be pretty good. Oh, Jake also played Lost City. Okay. All right, I'm kind of... Yeah, I think maybe sticking it out a little bit longer is like fine here. Yeah, Jake also plays Lost City, so... There's maybe a little bit of hope here for Jake still. One Archeops gets used, loads up Luminion. Doesn't look like we're using another Archeops, and here should probably just send up the Guru, I think, here as Jake. But yeah, I think I would like to have seen Quick Ball away. I think I would have liked to have seen Quick Ball away the Zard, or Ultra Ball away the Zard, keep the Quick Ball. Goes with the V-Guard energy on to Luminion. And then I think we'll see... Yeah, shuffle back to the deck and send up Guru. Because you don't really want to lose an Archeops. Yeah, sending up Guru just makes the most sense, right? Yeah. So Escape Rope here is pretty good for Paul. KOing like anything else that's not Guru is good. But you can also KO the Guru with like... I mean, you could like KO it with a Cram. You could also use 6 Sableye this turn would probably be pretty good. You knock out the Guru. Maybe set up like 3 on another Archeops to be able to KO with Sableye later or something like that. And has a Colress, so could see quite a few things here from Paul. Actually goes with the Comfey first, which is interesting. Comfey first instead of Colress first. So maybe was looking for the option of another draw supporter there. If not, I think it's just a missequence. I had the Raihan in hand, though, so I don't know what other thing... No, maybe was looking for another card to combo with the Raihan, though, I guess, there from Paul. Paul was like, okay, if I can get something to combo with the Raihan, then I'll go with the Raihan play. Makes sense. Yeah, here comes the Raihan now. Throw the... Well, actually, what are we attacking with here? Oh, well. We're attacking with Manaphy? Is that what's going on here? We can actually see, though, as Paul actually looks through the deck there, Paul's, like, running out of... Paul's, like, actually kind of running out of switch cards. There's like 2 Escape Rope left, and that's it. But if we had an Air Balloon in play here, you could just Air Balloon every single time. So yeah, it goes with the Raihan to attack with Manaphy for the knockout. Which, in the current situation, does make sense because the Stoutland is gone. But this actually does open up a big opportunity for Jake in a couple turns from now. Because Jake could set up that Kyogre that we know Jake plays. So Jake could go KO Manaphy. And maybe this is Jake's way back into this game. I was like, maybe Jake should just, maybe Jake should just concede here. That's what I was about. That's what I was saying. I was like, maybe Jake should just concede here. Go next. But so far, it's not looking too bad for Jake, to be honest. It looks like there is a potential for a comeback here. We could definitely see it happen. Because that Kyogre, what does it do? 80 to everything? That would be a double prize card turn on some... The Manaphy send-up is still weird from Paul, though, because you don't know that Jake doesn't play Raikou yet. The Manaphy send-up from Paul is still weird. Because, yeah, you don't know if Jake plays Raikou or not yet. Maybe there wasn't a better option, though, for an attacker here as Paul as well. Because, like, what else would Paul attack? Well, no, Paul had a Cram in hand. You could just attack with Cram. Or dig for the Sableye play, which I think was probably the best play, was to dig for the Sableye play off of Colress. So So yeah, I think Paul should have gone for something like that. Is there a Cram in hand? I think there is a Cram in hand. And it didn't come off the prize cards because the training core came off the prize cards. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that choice there from Paul. I think Paul should have played a little bit more not Manaphy attacking. A little bit more not Manaphy attacking. Definitely should have played a little bit more not. I'm not a huge fan of the Manaphy attack, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Paul's got 3 prize cards left. So this turn we could see Paul try and attack with Greninja and knock out the Charizard and then also put damage on the Lugia to try and clean that up later. Clean up the Lugia later with a boss plus Rayquaza. So I think that's the route I want to see Paul aim for here. But Paul is just shipping the Ray. Of course, there isn't, like I said, there's not that many switch cards left here for Paul as well. So I think Paul knows that. There's the boss. But yeah, Ray to knock this out feels pretty bad. I think there's just like better ways Paul could have gone about this for sure. Like using the Ray here feels terrible. This does not feel good. Wait, does Paul actually play Sableye? I don't know if Paul plays Sableye. No. I think I saw a Sableye in there. I'm pretty sure Paul plays Sableye. Also, once again, this is kind of the lack of the air balloon in play here is kind of compounding with turn after turn, where it's like, it would be pretty good if there was an air balloon in play here. More Confuses, more digging, stuff like that. Here comes the Snorlax. Yeah, Rayquaza Charizard here is just so inefficient. It's insane. It's insane how inefficient this is. It's so bad. Definitely should have seen the Greninja use before the training court use there, so that's a mistake there from Paul, but it's fine. Here comes an escape rope. I mean, Archeops, TK with an Archeops here wouldn't be bad for him, Paul. But I don't think Paul has a way to move this Comfey. Except for maybe Mirage Gate to retreat it now. But it's an escape rope again, so it's just a Zard coming back up. That's such a big investment here from Paul. That's huge. This is not looking great from Paul. I actually I almost favor Jake at this point. Lost City top deck. I don't know if it's going to do too much in the long run here, but it's definitely a nice option to have. Here comes a research. Like, how is Paul going to get 2 more prize cards here? I mean, we could see Snorlax knockout, but then how do you get that last prize card? I think Paul's kind of exhausted of resources. We'll see. All right, here comes the Archeops from Jake. Maybe should have done those before playing the draw supporter. Gonna load up the active Archeops. How much energy does Jake have left, I guess is the question. I think Jake still has quite a bit of energy left, though. So we can attack with Archeops this turn. Probably should use the other Archeops and start to load some energy on Lugia, because I assume we're going with Lugia. Oh, yeah, we definitely should have used, and that's a lot of energy in hand here for Jake. Actually, is it possible that that's all of Jake's energy? I think Jake definitely should have used both Archeops before playing the research, because if Jake might not be able to attack next turn because of all the energy in the hand. So we could see Paul swing with Snorlax this turn. I'm sure that's going to be the plan here from Paul. Yeah, that's a lot of energy in hand. I was going to try to Kyogre. Oh, you could have Kyogre. Yeah, you could have Kyogre this turn. That's true, actually. So if you just drew into the... that's true, you could have Kyogre this turn. So if you had just drawn into an out to the Kyogre and not all your energy, then that actually would have worked. Okay, actually, that's fair then. I forgot about the Kyogre. Because it was looking like you just win if you go attack with Archeops, attack with Lugia. I completely forgot about Kyogre as like an option. But I think that probably would have been the better play on the turn, to be honest, if you could have found that. So I think leaving that open as an option was probably correct. But now I feel like, yeah, I feel like Jake might just not be able to attack next turn unless they like top deck a Marnie. All right, Ordinary Rod happening from Paul. I think Paul's almost all in on this Snorlax for maybe there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Paul can actually like set up another Rayquaza or anything like that. Well, that Rayquaza is in the lost zone. I don't know if Paul plays 2 Rayquazas. I think Paul maybe only plays 1 Rayquaza. Oh, there's second Ray. Never mind. Go on. So the fact that there's second Ray does mean that Paul has an out here. Paul definitely has an out here because of the second Ray. Okay, there's Luminion. There is Lumineon there. And actually, Paul might not be able to switch this. Hey, was the Kyogre play a possibility, though? Is there any Marnie left? Because Jake could have gone attach active, Marnie, get Kyogre, retreat Kyogre, don't KO the Snorlax, instead KO the two things, KO 2 Comfey, and then win the next turn if the Snorlax doesn't wake up. Because I think Paul might be out of switch cards. I actually think Paul might be completely out of switch cards. Ray didn't get KO, though. What do you mean? Ray didn't get KO. No Marnie left? Okay. Then I guess you're kind of stuck with this play. All right. Lugia swing, take the knockout on the Snorlax, leave the stadium in play. And does Paul have down to? But Jake does have 2 prize cards left, so that means Paul only needs. Paul has 2 turns to pull off a knockout. Paul has 2 turns to take a knockout here. Paul knows they don't have a ton of switch cards left, though. They're actually, like, setting up the Rayquaza. They need, like, double gate. Paul needs, like, double gate, though. Double gate recycler. But there's only 1 gate gone and no recycler. Draws into Raihan. Attach Raihan. Yeah, that should do it. The Raihan should do it here. Here comes the Raihan. Search the deck. Grabs the gate. Wait, do they have the rod? Have the rod. Grass. As long as they don't grab the wrong types here. They need lightning and I don't even know what the other one is, to be honest. Water. Gate for 2. Actually, if they didn't top deck Raihan there, do they just lose? I think maybe they actually had to top deck Raihan there. Otherwise, you couldn't get 4 energy in 1 turn. Well, no, you could hit it hard though, and then maybe Sableye it the next turn. And I want to see the Raihan. I want to see what was left in the deck. I'm curious. Sableye, Gate, Parasol. So how could you even win from that if you don't have Raihan? You play Colress. You'd have to get the Sableye, put the Sableye on the bench, hit with Ray. Jake would have to KO you, and then you'd have to Raihan to Sableye, and then use Sableye to KO the Rayquaza. I was looking at Boss Cram on the Archeops than Sableye. I like that. Yeah, that plays better as well, Grant. I like that play. Yeah. This play would still work out. Like if you don't top deck the Raihan, you play the Colress, you get Sableye, Raihan, Gate. You play the Rod, attach, play the Gate onto the Rayquaza. You also have to bench the Sableye that turn. So then if Jake has KO, Gus KO Sableye. Well, no, but then you have Cram still. You still have the Cram. You have Gus with Cram KO, right? Aren't you decking out, though? No, because you play the ordinary Rod and you recover 1 Pokemon plus 2 energy, and then you gate the 2 energy into play, and then you have the 1 Pokemon as your 1 card in deck. So not quite. So I guess it works both ways here, I think. And then if you do top deck Raihan, you do just win the game, I guess. All right. I mean, it ends up working out. Oh, wait, am I tripping? Oh, wait, this is the next game. I thought this was it was like the angle stayed, so I thought it was the same game. All right, game 2. I'm sure we'll have Jake going first in this one. Attach Pass, not great. Attach Pass is not great. No Archeops in the discard pile, which isn't as big of a deal. We don't play up against a deck that's not playing Marnie, but still something you want. I assume Paul only plays 1 Sableye. What are the other keeps there, actually? You know, keeping the training court. I was thinking the Ray seems like the most valuable card there. I have those, but what are the other keeps? Double Ray. Okay, I maybe could have given up a Ray, to be honest. Maybe could have given up a Ray. But really, actually, really awkward start here from Paul. No Comfeys and no way to get into a Comfey. Lax Ray pass over to Jake. I assume so. I had the escape rope too, so I was just looking at for a way to get into a Comfey there, or a VIP pass or something. And it's just a read the wind here from Jake. Back over to Paul. Is an intense. There's attached pass from Paul. Back over to Jake. Jake draws. We do see the Evolution Incense here and an Aurora in the hand, so we can get the we get VSTAR with the Evolution Incense, and we can attach the Aurora to probably the benched Lugia. We can go ahead and get rid of the Archeops in the hand, get out double Archeops, and we're good to go from there. If you're Paul here, I would actually concede, I think, instantly when that play happens. You could maybe wait for one more top deck, but to give yourself enough time to complete a game of Lost Box versus Lugia, you need a decent amount of time. 20 minutes even isn't enough sometimes to complete a game. Or actually, that's like, I feel like 20 minutes is below the average game time. Or you need more than 20 minutes on average, is what I mean to say. Probably quite a bit more. Wait, did we not get the second Archeops in the discard pile? Am I tripping here? Oh, no, we have 2 in the discard pile. Okay, we're chilling. I thought I was tripping. Oh, I think we used Read the Wind twice here as Jake. Double Read the Wind? That's awful. All right, Lugias are online. I think Jake actually attached three times manually to the active Lugia as well. Like triple attach, manually set up. But yeah, like I said, I think I would like to see Paul concede like right now. Like this turn right now, and just concede. Give yourself enough time for a shot at to be able to finish game 3. Even though it's at like 20 minutes, generally not enough time, but it gives you a shot. It gives you a chance. And it's possible you win this game as Paul still. Like, it is possible, but your higher chance of winning the series, I think, is you conceding now. Top deck is a Scoop of Net. All right, concede here instantly. You don't play this out. I think playing this out is actually trolling from Paul. Punch. Jake's going to be able to just punch back and take the KO. And then, once again, Paul has nothing in the hand. Thinking about putting the Lost City in play. Definitely should save that. I'm trying to think if there's like a better attacker to use this turn from Jake, but I don't think there is. I mean, the Stoutland's going to be good eventually, but not right now. Doesn't play the Raikou. Yeah, I don't think there's like a better... Is that the Stoutland grab? I don't hate grabbing the Stoutland and starting to put out some energy on it. Yeah, I don't hate that, I guess. It's all right. Grab. Oh, wait, is that 4 powerful? I thought 1 was already discarded. Okay, quad power. All right, I kind of like this. Might as well just like get it set up, get it going. Doesn't have the boss, but just swing with this Lugia again, take a knockout on the Snorlax, and then go from there. Has the Serena. Gonna go ahead and just discard an Archeops, draw 2. Could put the Lost City in play, but keeping the counter city in for the training court seems fine as well. I don't know. I'm trying to overthink this situation here, and then just go ahead and swing. I could also see here Jake setting up the second Lugia and retreating to that, because the chance that Paul pulls off a 1-hit KO with a Rayquaza is super low. But if Paul just like top decks Colress and plays a Cram or attacks with Cram this turn, that's not that unlikely. So not giving the Paul an out to like the 2 prize cards through a Cram seems pretty reasonable, to be honest. So I wouldn't have hated to see that. All right, Paul with the Comfy. There's double Colress. Okay, we are kind of cooking now. 4, 5. Got a quick ball. So can go get a Cramorant potentially to attack with this turn. I'm going to throw away a VIP pass and a water, it looks like. I don't know what's in the active here for Jake. I'm assuming it's the Oranguru, but I don't know. We can attack here. As mid as it is, we can attack this turn with the Cram, with a Cram. Could also just go for like another... I don't even know. What do we go for here? I'm gonna go with the Greninja. Okay, so you could go for like Greninja or Comfy and just keep digging for more cards, I guess. I don't think you're getting anything out of this though as Paul. I almost would like to have seen Paul. Paul played the escape rope first, but I think had the Scoop of Net in the hand, right? So Paul could have played for... I actually want to go back and look at that. Okay, hold up. But maybe Paul doesn't want to attack with Cram here then, because then you just get... No, but then you just fall another turn behind anyways. Like, attacking with Cram here I think is still fine. Attack with Cram, KO the... And I'm just going to go back real fast. Yeah, so Paul, instead of playing Escape Rope, Paul could have played the Scoop Up Net, Scoop Up Netted the Ray to try and get the Cram KO on this active Lugia. That does mean that then Jake can go Stoutland KO Cram for 2, but at this point, I don't think you care if that happens, to be honest. I don't think you have time to care if that happens. So It does end up switching to the Greninja to stop the Stoutland from taking a knockout, but you're still falling behind another turn because this is another turn where you're not doing damage or taking a knockout. So, and then Jake is getting a knockout. Even if Jake doesn't get 2 prize cards this turn, I don't think it really matters. Jake is still climbing further and further ahead because of that. And might as well see the I think we might as well see the Lost City use here from Jake to Lost Zoning the Cram here, or the Greninja is pretty good. Like, it's a pretty powerful Pokemon to have in play as the Lost Box deck. So I wouldn't hate to see Jake Lost on that. You appreciate the 34 months there, CFS. And yeah, once again, we only have 14 minutes left. Remember, I talked about it. I would have liked to have seen Paul concede. There's the knockout. No Lost City. Like I said, the Lost City seems pretty good there. I wouldn't have hated to see the Lost City. And yeah, Jake's down to 3 prize cards. Still has the Stoutland fully charged up, ready to go. All right, now Paul finally concedes. Like I said, a little bit late, I think. I think Paul should have conceded a little bit ago. And let's skip ahead here. Let me run back a little bit. Okay, no, that was perfect, and I missed it. Okay, here we go. Good start. Better start here for Paul. Battle VIP pass here. Gonna probably go ahead and grab themselves Greninja and a Comfey. Maybe some other Pokemon, depending if they have anything in the hand. Actually, the Greninja is prized. I just look at the prize cards. Greninja is prized. Unlucky for Paul. And on Jake's side of things, nothing too important. Prize. There is a Lost City prize, and it's in the middle. So it's going to be hard to get to that prize card, but shouldn't be a big deal. The Greninja being prized is kind of unfortunate for Paul, though. That's like the main reason I do like Heavy Ball in Lost Zone decks is because of Greninja being prized. It's just so bad to prize Greninja. Now, Paul checked their prize cards. They should also know that they prized a Cram here. So that does get rid of the option of Cram on the next turn. Could be a big deal. Could not be a big deal. We'll see. Yeah, if they check the prize cards, they should know that. But getting some decent digging done here as Paul is. Gets rid of a Raihan. And then we could see an attach retreat. Oh no, opting for the attach to Snorlax, actually. Switch card into the other Comfey. I like the attach to the what's it called there, seems fine, actually. Get rid of the fighting energy. I think took an escape rope there. I'm not actually 100% sure. And then pass it back over to Jake. All right. Jake's first turn. There's only 10 minutes left in the round. Like I said, with Lost Box, you usually need a decent amount of time. I don't think this is going to be enough time for this game to finish. My current prediction is that we're going to get a tie out of this. But there are a couple things both players can do to just like play a little bit more recklessly. Like Jake can just start swinging with, Stoutland as soon as possible, even if you're in a scenario where you'd want to use it for your last 2 prize cards and just hoping that like Paul doesn't have a response. So I think for Jake here, you want to try and set up look to set up a line of play where you go basically like Stoutland plus Marnie as soon as like next turn. Yeah, like Stoutland plus Marnie as soon as next turn. I think it's a play you want to try and make happen. Is the white noise in the headphones annoying or no? Not really. You can choose a random prize card. There's just no reason to. It just makes you look like a cheater. If you take your prize cards out of order, all it does is make you look like a cheater. Even if you're not cheating, it doesn't matter. It just makes you look like a cheater. There's like literally no reason to ever do that. Okay, we actually saw a Luminion plus research from Jake. I thought we were settling for a Read the Wind here from Jake, to be honest, but we got a little bit more cooking now. Even on stream, imagine the content though. I mean, on stream, you can take your prize cards out of order if you want. It just makes you look like a cheater. Like, there's nothing in the rules that says you can't. You just shouldn't. All right, what are the takes here from Paul? Will Paul finally give up on the Manaphy? I think Paul has seen Manaphy in every Colress so far. And so far, I think has taken it out of every Colress, but might be giving it up this time. No, ends up taking it again. 2 fighting to the Lost Zone, though. And there's 1 in play on the Snorlax. I doubt Paul plays more than... Oof, that's a tough choice as well. Giving up a Grass. Yeah, I doubt Paul plays more than 3 fighting. I could be wrong on that. Here comes an escape rope. No great attacking options here either for Paul. So like I said, the Cramp would have been nice to be able to at least hit this turn. But I don't think we're going to be able to see a hit here from Paul now on this turn. Which might not be the end of the world. It might. You never know. 7 in the Lost Zone now. So the gates are online. We could see a punch with Snorlax, I guess. There's a lot of energy in the hand, though, for Paul as well. And that's one of the problems when you don't have Greninja is your energy can get stuck in your hand and you can't like rot it back to the deck or recycle it back to the deck because it's literally just all in your hand. You know, we might be able to see a hit here still from Paul. Got some gates, a lot of energy in hand. We might just see attached to Snorlax plus pass as well though. There's attached to Snorlax, and I think it is going to be attached pass. Yeah, there it is. Over to Jake. Lugias are ready to go. I think there's 2 Archeops in the discard pile. If Jake has a Marnie in hand, I would like to see Jake go Marnie plus Stoutland here. And then just like hope that the Stoutland doesn't get KO'd, and then hopefully draw into a boss around the Snorlax, and draw 4 prize cards really fast. Because next turn, Paul's definitely going to have a big turn next turn. That could take a while to like get through, like setting up Mirage Gate plays and stuff. Yeah, I just want to see Jake go aggressive here with Stoutland. Give themselves an opportunity to win. Otherwise, I feel like if you don't do that, well, maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. You could just attack with Luminion here, and maybe that's not terrible. I mean, if you attack with Luminion here, though, what are you sending up? A Lugia? That doesn't sound great. Commits the double turbo to the active. Doesn't have... No, doesn't have a Marnie. I don't think I want to see the Stoutland attack if they don't have Marnie. If they have Marnie, I'm down to see Stoutland attack. If they don't have Marnie, I'm not sure I like Stoutland attacking, to be honest. But if they got the Marnie, though, I don't mind the Stoutland attacking. Otherwise, maybe just attack with Luminion here, to be honest. You could retreat Lugia into Luminion, attack with Luminion, send Lugia back up. You could also just attack with Lugia, I guess. That would be fine. I don't mind just attacking with Lugia as well. Seems reasonable. I guess you could always like do some cheesy stuff like boss the Manaphy and then try and make the Kyogre play happen. Like that's possible. Yeah, that's possible. I could see it. Something like that could happen. We'll see. Here comes Serena. Couple discards, couple draws. A lot of energy in the hand once again for Jake. It is going to be the retreat to Luminion. Shuffle Luminion back into the deck. I didn't even see that happen. Sorry, I was looking at something else. Luminion's going back. Knockout on the Comfey. And promoting a Lugia. All right. See what Paul can put together here. Could try and go for a one-hit KO on this. But it looks like maybe just settling for a Snorlax Punch. Which I don't hate either, I guess. 5 off the Colress. I like the Air Balloon take here. I liked it in the last one as well. I don't think... Have we seen the Guru from Paul? I don't think we've seen a Oranguru from Paul. And there we go. Snorlax Punch. 180. And still sleeping. That's fine. We'll see Jake here response with a knockout with the Lugia. Go down to 4. They have 4 minutes left. They might have enough time, to be honest. They might actually have enough time to finish this game. We'll see. They actually might... They might be able to do it. It's possible there's enough time here. Yeah, so Lugia is the main attacker this turn. To get through this Snorlax. No great supporter options here for Jake. Does actually have Quick Ball, so we could see Luminion for Marnie here, actually. Stoutland's getting ready to go. You'll love to see it. Yeah, we could see Luminion for Marnie here, possibly from Jake. There's a Marnie prize, so there might not be a Marnie in the deck, but there also might be. There's two options here. Either there is or there isn't. It's the Guru, so we're not going to see Luminion. There's some Wisdom. Could still see the Marnie if we get lucky, though. And it's just a swing on the Slax. No Marnie. Okay, Quick Ball coming in from Paul. I think it's got to be the Rayquaza here from Paul here for sure. Or Sableye, maybe. They're looking at the Sableye. I mean, you can still... I think it might just be taking Sableye. I don't think we're attacking with Sableye this turn, though. If you attack with Sableye this turn, I don't know what you're really attacking, to be honest. Actually, wait, no. Does the Sableye knock out the active Lugia? How much is on the Lugia? I can't tell because of the dice. Oh, it is 180, though, because they got hit with Snorlax. Okay, so actually attack with Sableye here seems fine, to be honest. All right, Comfey going down. Quick Ball or Comfey has a Mirage Gate, so probably wanted to just raw draw into the Psychic Energy, but now that they whiffed, they're going to use a Mirage Gate, get an energy on a Rayquaza, but then also get a Psychic on the Sableye. Sableye will be able to KO the active Lugia here. There we go. Plus a Water to the Ray, going to keep the Grass in the deck. I think the other option was Grass. And we should see the other Rayquaza get benched here as well from Paul. I want to see the other Rayquaza get benched here. Because Jake going boss KO Rayquaza is like a pretty reasonable play. Maybe even... No, I definitely don't like... You got to bench the other Rayquaza here as Paul, I feel like. I mean, I want to see him bench the other Rayquaza here. No, wait, I guess if they go boss KO Rayquaza, you don't care. But what if they go Marnie? My biggest thing is, like, if you get... so it's not boss. Because if they boss KO the Rayquaza, you have the other Rayquaza. What am I talking about? But it's if they Marnie... If Jake Marnies you now, then this Rayquaza goes to the bottom of the deck, which sucks. And you also could have split the energy one on each Ray, so that way there's less invested if you do get bossed. And there is the boss. But, I mean, I think Paul's fine with getting bossed here overall. Yeah, I think Paul is actually fine with getting bossed here overall, actually. But I still would like to see the other Ray bench. Because if Jake went without bossing and went with Marnie instead, then, then maybe even you attack with your Ray on the next turn. But then if Jake attacks with another thing you want a Ray, and then you have to go find the Ray again. I just don't think that bench space is that important here from Paul anymore. So I think you could pretty easily bench a Rayquaza, and that'd be, like, fine. Like, what else are you trying to bench it anymore at this point anyways, right? Like, never, I don't think. Nothing. Something? Nah. I try and stream every day except Monday. Try is the thing, though. All right, so Stoutland fully loaded up with the powerfuls. A couple energy on the Lugia. Jake doesn't want to go 2-prizer into 2-prizer here, though. Jake definitely wants to go 2-prizer into 1-prizer or into Luminion into 2-prizer. So I think I wouldn't hate to see Luminion hit the bench here, to be honest, and go grab a Marnie. But there's a knockout because now you're gonna have to retreat a Pokemon into Luminion. Quick ball from Paul. I actually think... Oh, wait, there's the Terrakion, actually. Never mind. I was actually... Because I thought our only outs here was Rayquaza, but actually, yeah. There's the Terrakion in here for Paul. So the Terrakion is going to make things interesting, especially if Jake doesn't have another boss. Which I guess might become the question here is, does Jake have a boss? Recycler or Colress? I think you're probably taking the Recycler. Time is called. I don't know when time was called, actually. I don't know what turn this is. Gets rid of the Recycler, actually. Okay. Interesting. Comes a Colress. I guess we need to dig a little bit more for stuff. I thought we maybe had the play in the hand, but... All right, there is a Mirage Gate, but I don't know how many... fighting energy the Terrakion requires. Is it 1 fighting 2 colorless, or is it 2 fighting 1 colorless? Can we actually use the Terrakion? Time was called on Jake's turn. It's Paul's last turn. Okay, I didn't even notice that they called the time. 2 fighting 1 colorless. Oh, so can Paul not even use the Rayquaza then? Not the Rayquaza. Can Paul not even use the... Well, if we can't use the Terrakion, why'd we grab the Terrakion? Because what was Paul choosing between with the Terrakion? It was Terrakion or... I don't remember. Okay, we got the Ray KO on the Stoutland. Maybe they forgot? Must have been. All right, Rayquaza KO Stoutland. But I think this is Jake's last turn as well, so I don't think there's actually a win condition for either player, if I'm correct. They have the turn counters up here somewhere that I'm missing. It's turn 2 here for Jake. So this is Jake's last turn. And then Paul... Oh, no. So Paul has 1 more turn here, actually. So it is possible for Paul to win. Jake just needs to not leave the Lugia in the active here. And probably try and Marnie as well. And I think we'll probably see a tie here in the end. But... actually, I don't even know who I would call to have won this, to be honest. I think Paul would have won if this continued. Well, actually, I'm not 100% sure on that. It's close. There's a Marnie grab off Luminion. Yeah, I don't know who would have won, to be honest. Maybe actually Jake. I don't know if Paul has enough attack. I think Paul's just out of energy. Paul might just be out of resources, to be honest, after losing that Recycler. Primate Wisdom. Lost City. I don't think it's going to... Oh, no, because I think the other Ray is in the discard pile anyways. You just want Paul to be punished for scooping too late? I do want Paul to be punished for scooping too late. This actually is true. I definitely think Paul should get punished for scooping too late. Okay, Luminion's loaded up here. Luminion will get the KO on the Rayquaza, shuffle it back to the deck. And then Jake will send up an Archeops and have Charizard on board to be able to take the prize card on a last turn, potentially. But there won't be another turn for Jake, so Jake won't be able to actually win this game. Paul can maybe somehow... I don't think it's possible, but... the win condition Paul could have would be boss KO Lugia, would be boss up the Lugia, and then knock it out with Rayquaza with 4 energy next turn. So they would need double gate plus boss plus a Rayquaza. So I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible for either player to win this game. Jake definitely can't win. This is Jake's last turn. Paul could win. It's possible for Paul to win. Like, Paul's deck can do it, but I don't think Paul has the cards in the hand or could draw into the cards to make it happen. But checking the discard pile anyways. There might be, unless I'm missing something, but I don't think there's a possibility. Has boss. Yeah, has boss, but definitely can't do 280 damage out of the current hand or plus a card with Comfy. I don't even know what Paul's looking for, to be honest. I'm so curious as to what Paul's... They might have, they could maybe have an agreement here, a gentleman's agreement here on deciding a winner, but I doubt it. A tie here in this situation is like completely fine for both players. So I bet both players are probably content with potentially tying. I bet both players are probably content with tying. Yeah. I think we're ending up with a tie here in round 4. It's always so hard. It's just because I don't know everything that Paul plays. It's really hard to analyze. I don't know. This game is like it's hard to analyze Lost Box games in general if you're not playing it and you don't know the list, because there's like so many little things with Lost Box that it just makes it hard things to do. Yeah, it's so hard to analyze those. But that's round 5. It's so hard to analyze Lost Box gameplay unless you like know the list that the person's playing.